screen recording and how to process it. Today, as always, we're trying to maximize our conversion, and we're looking into different aspects. And one of the methods or one of the data sources that we have are screen recordings. And I've faced today the question, how should I process the screen recordings? On one hand, our method or our methodology method is to have different people look at different data sources, and that way, when we have a conversation around our users, we have many, we can combine several viewpoints that form the same or that form a coherent picture. And we tend to focus on different things at different times, and we all focus either on certain sections or certain questions that we have. And then we all, someone looks at analytics, someone does tests with users, someone looks at the screen recordings. Everyone is looking at different sides of the data sources that we have about our users and about our customers and users. And when I'm looking at the screen recordings, I found myself asking if I should approach it from a quantitative perspective or a qualitative perspective. Well, of course, it's a qualitative data source, the screen recordings, and also it can be qualitative if it's done, or if the behaviors are well defined, and then each time you see such a behavior, you can say, okay, this behavior has been shown, and here is its frequency, and this is how much, and this is how certain we are this frequency occurs at the larger population, and we can have a quantitative measurement. And that's all well and good when you have time and you have resources. But if you're a medium-sized startup that is still in the growth stage and still looking for things we can do to make our conversion much better, we can't afford a full quantitative research. So I could take the qualitative approach and look at all the screen recordings, and then divide them to different behaviors that I see, define and divide all the recordings to different behaviors that I see, and then I can look at all of the recordings that were aligned with the different behaviors, and I can look at them again and do the analysis again, and to see and to see how coherent those behaviors are across many samples, and so on. This approach is good as well, but again, it's time consuming, and it's not only that it's time consuming. I believe that the benefit of doing it so strictly methodological is not that high. So the third option that I've come up with is sort of quantitative, and basically it looks at the recordings and record any behaviors that appear more than twice or have references more than twice. Let's say we see more than twice people roll down to the middle of our page and then they click somewhere and then they continue to their journey and we can see that they're finishing the funnel, let's say like this. So from the second video onwards, I can record it, but it wouldn't add information because this this is more of the archaeological way of looking at small sample data. And what do I mean the archaeological way is that archaeologists come to a digging site, and what they have is that they can't really make sense of what's going on there unless they extrapolate and learn from other sites. But let's say they find new things in that site. So they don't have any other sites to compare with, first of all. Second of all, they don't have a quantitative analysis of how many times they see it in that site, because that wouldn't matter, because that site is the new and it's a new phenomenon, so it wouldn't matter. So the third option that archaeologists are using is asking the basic question of, if I randomly seen that behavior or that phenomena in this digging site, how how um, how likely is it to say that that phenomena didn't occur in anywhere else other than in that site? And then when you ask yourself that question and you say, well, this site, the the likelihood that this phenomena occurred only here is so low that you can say that you can research it as if it's a wide range phenomena. And that's how I look at it with the screen recordings today. If I see a phenomena, a behavioral phenomena in the recordings that is interesting and it's actionable, then I record it and I address it as if it's a valid phenomena. And when I say I address it, it's not that I'm gonna act upon it, trying to fix it. No, it says that I need to understand how wide is the phenomena, and first of all, I'm saying that's a phenomena. It, it, it's a valid phenomena. And once I say that, the next question is, how can I validate it more and understand how to fix it? And I think screen recordings are a really good tool to highlight phenomena that you later need to find tests and understand your data to figure out how wide is that phenomena with all of our users, and how much how much does it cost us, this phenomena, or how much more money we can make if this phenomena would be solved. But the first step, looking at the screen recordings, seeing valid phenomena from, or concluding valid phenomena from it to test, to further test and validate, that's a great tool you can understand and you can use from the screen recordings.